Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be doing another story time for you guys. And I'm going to be telling the story about what happened to me when I was born. And so let me show you my lip. So you can see this bump kind of on my lip. Well, I'm going to talk about that and explain what that is and stuff. So, I was born with something called Woude syndrome or Woude. I'm not exactly sure how you say it, but basically like that. And I was born with a cleft palate, a little hole in my lip. And basically, one of the things, now, I always thought that Woude didn't affect me, other than, I was born with a little hole, I got stitched up, I'm fine, I thought it didn't affect me other than that. Until I found out from my mom, she spilled that Vanderwoop, my kids can get that. Obviously, I knew it was genetic, but I didn't think, I thought, I knew of the cleft palate, so I knew maybe my kids could be born with a little lip thing, and they would have to have some surgeries to get it fixed. No big deal, not always what you want to have happen to your kids. Obviously, you don't want them to have to go through surgeries, but it's not the end of the world, It didn't sound like the end of the world. So, but she told me that I knew having kids was going to be a struggle for me because I'm only 4'9", so I can't naturally have kids. Like I can't have them out the vagina. I have to have a C-section, obviously. So, which makes it challenging, but it is what it is. But now I found out that my kids can be born with a cleft palate, which is the small version of Vanderwood. I didn't know because cleft palate is a popular. So I didn't know that Vanderwood, you could be born with no fingers. You could be born with only 3 fingers on one hand. You could be born where it just ends at your elbow. You have nothing else. No hand, nothing. You could be born without an arm. You could be born without no legs. You could be born without one leg. You could be born without... Basically, you can be born without limbs. And I did not know that was related to Vanderwood. I knew about that from videos I've seen of people talking about their story being born without limbs. But I had no idea that having Vanderwood, one of my kids, can be born without a limb. That is a scary thing to think about. And I'm talking about this, if anyone, has gone through something like this or will go through something like this in the future, maybe they can relate and know that they're not alone. Now, I'm scared to have a kid. I almost want to say have no kids of my own and just adopt. I do want to adopt. I want 2 kids of my own. I want to adopt 2. And 4 kids is a good enough number for me. Now, if it seems fit that I have more kids than 4, obviously I will, and I'll be a great mother. I'll take care of them no matter what. But I know for sure I want to adopt because there's a lot of kids out there who don't have homes or families, and they're stuck in the foster system, or they're stuck, other places that aren't, that aren't really the greatest. And obviously, there's some orphanages out there in foreign countries that are really bad. And so I was thinking of adopting from a foreign place. I kind of want to adopt a little person because me being short myself, I'm not a little person. Well, I wasn't born with dwarfism or any form of dwarfism, like anything. But I just naturally, was short. I don't know if that was because my Vanderwoot or if that was because I took ADHD medicine as a kid and if that was a side effect. I don't really know why. Never really asked my parents. I just was like, this is the height I'm going to be. I'm fine with it. I got made fun of in school for being short, but most people didn't make fun of me for my height, really. They made fun of me for other things. That's a whole different story I will talk about. But I want to adopt a little person because I know what it's like to grow up being short. I know what it's like to be picked on, and I want to help. And also, um, also, kids born with dwarfism, like a form of dwarfism, which is like achondroplasia, plasia, or other forms. I know about that one. That one's more common to me. I know about that. But anyways, if a kid born with that, most people don't want to adopt someone who has that because it's like, oh, a lot of surgeries, they have to go through a lot of medical health problems, and they don't want to take that on. For me, I do, because I know that a lot of people born with dwarfism don't get adopted a lot, and I feel sad because of that. I want to adopt someone someone with dwarfism because, I mean, honestly, I want to request a kid with dwarfism, and I know that we might have an easier time to um, get a child when we adopt because you know we will adopt because I want to be open minded. I'll adopt anything. I'll adopt a, a baby who's darker skinned. I will adopt a baby who's Asian. A baby. I want to be open minded. I want to give a child a good life. I don't care if the child is of different color skin. I don't care if the child is of different ethnicity, different whatever. If they're not, white like me. It doesn't matter to me. I will love the child like it's my own because, and I want to give a child that I would prefer a child born with dwarfism because, I know that growing up can be hard for them and I want to, nurture them and help make them happy. But I mean, I'm fine with whatever, and I hope whoever I marry is fine with adopting whatever type of child. I hope they're fine with adoption because that's something I feel strongly about and something deep in my heart I really want to do. So, and I mean, I'm gonna once I get engaged, that's when I'm gonna let my fiance know about my Woude and everything and how we could have a child born without a limb. Hopefully I fall the person I fall in love with is also for adoption like I am, and then maybe it won't be such a bad thing when I tell them about the Woude. I'm just really I want to tell them when I'm engaged to them, because I might even want to tell them before they ask me to marry them because, if that's not what they want, if they want to be able to have their kid of their own, no problems, nothing, they can, get out of the relationship. I don't know. I'm afraid that if I tell someone about my Woude and, that we could have a kid with no limb, they'll just want to leave and they'll, not want to stay and support. So I don't know what the future holds for me as far as having a kid, adopting. I don't know where that leads. I am truly scared of what's gonna happen as far as about having my own kid. But I will figure that out when I get a boyfriend, when I get someone. Once I'm married, I will figure that out. If I happen to, get pregnant, I will, go see a bunch of doctors. I want to see a geneticist to see what my percentage is of having a kid born with Woude. And I'm thinking about doing that. And obviously I would like my spouse or whoever, once I get engaged, I would like them, and I know I'm going to marry that person, I would like them to get a genetic test as well. So if they potentially have Woude as well, then I know the chances of our kid having it is higher. And, and if I happen to get pregnant, there is a chance. Once I do the gen test, there is a chance I could have a kid born completely healthy, no problems. I could have a kid born with the smallest thing that I had, a little lip thing. I don't know what the future holds, but I'm going to be open-minded. I'm going to take this thing head on, and I'm going to be strong and have a positive mind about it. And hopefully, whoever I'm with at the time has a positive mind too, and we can overcome things, and, this can strengthen us, and, you know. Also, the other thing that I want to say is that whenever I do get pregnant, if I do decide to adopt, I will share my adoption story with you guys. Hopefully my husband doesn't have a problem being in the videos either. He can share his side too. If I get pregnant, I will share, what's happening. I don't know if I will put any of my kids on YouTube. I don't think I will do that. But I will share my story of, what it's like if I get pregnant on my own, and if my kid, either has Vanderroot or isn't, I will share my experience after I get my genetics test. I will share my experience with that. So I will keep you guys updated. This is just the first video of my journey. So I'm just basically telling you what the future holds. I still don't know fully, but this is basically where it starts for me and my journey. So I hope you like this story. Always stay awesome and be positive. Thank you.